Hi there guys, it's the Arty Gamer back again for another video in our channel. Of course, grab your teas, grab your coffees, and yes, maybe a little bit of food. And let's do this. And right then, guys, you know how this works. Let's take a sip of black coffee before we begin. Come on, join me. Yeah, guys, I'm joking. I've already had mine. I've been rude, but it can go on my Crash Bandicoot coaster anyway. And yes, guys, if you're new here today and you're into gaming, retrospectives, complete unboxed experiences, art and graphic design, and of course a whole load of nostalgia, then yes, you are so in the right place here. So definitely consider giving this channel a subscribe and a like to the video if you haven't already. And yes, guys, if you can handle the Arty Gamers mess and madness and want to get notified when the next video goes live, then of course just pop on your notification bell held up by Tails there. Well, yesterday we began to draw our 700 subscriber art piece giveaway. I was about to say winner then. We're not quite sure who the winner will be. And we have started to draw a Yoshi. Let's just bring him to the camera here. Now, of course, it is Sunday, so yes, we are going to be doing a Let's Colour. I have already started it. Yes, a Blue Peter style, but this is actually quite a big surface area to colour. So we would be here all day if I was to just colour the whole thing. So I just thought I would get a little bit ahead of the game and get something started. But of course, we will be colouring his little eyes, his spikes just beneath his chin there, and some top tricks on how to still get a nice coloured effect even though his cheek is white. So yeah, that can always be quite hard to do. That's what we're going to be playing around with today. So yes, we are going to get set up in the art studio, but just a little one before we get over there. I was a little bit unsure yesterday. I kind of left this piece with a little bit of a cliffhanger. What the hell do we do with the rest of the remaining space here beneath his head? Well, I did take this question to my live on TikTok yesterday as we were finishing the end of Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets on the PlayStation 1. So definitely check out those highlights if you haven't already. I might just pop one up in a minute. Hey, Chloe, thank you. Chloe's still here. Oh my God. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. But yes, I put the question to the audience and they said, actually, I think a body would work really well, but a little tiny body, so it almost looks like Yoshi is a little bobblehead just bobbing around, you know what I mean?
Oh, bobblehead just bobbing around, you know, bobblehead just bobbing around, you know what I mean?
You know those ones that you get on cars? So I was like, actually, that's a really awesome idea. So tomorrow we'll actually go ahead and draw a little diddy body, but I think that will work really well because if you remember yesterday, as I was pulling out our reference points, in the manual, we do have a small, tiny Yoshi that I was actually going to use for the body. Let's just bring him to the camera here. Be careful, guys, be careful. Where was he? Where was he? He was in a quite weird location. Go, get tumbleweed music going, get tumbleweed music going. Ah, yes, there we go. So we have a tiny, tiny, teeny weeny little Yoshi here, but I did actually want to use his body. I thought it was actually in a really lovely form factor, just standing there, not jumping, not flying anywhere. He is just standing on that brick. So I think that will actually work really well. And you know what? I mean, obviously I don't think I'll make it that small, but it is great that it is in that kind of like smaller form factor. So I can really kind of get a good eye on it actually to reference to and fro from. But yeah, there we go. We will do that in tomorrow's video because yes, in the UK it is a bank holiday weekend and I'm not at work, so I can expend that extra bit of time just actually drawing something for Yoshi, just a little body there. And well, I guess we will do story time the following day. Yeah. Right then, well, colours that we need for today, very obvious, just green to be honest with you, but I would like to play around with 2 shades of green. I've actually made his big nose actually quite a dark green, so definitely get a darker green from your pencil case if you've got some. Maybe a little bit of a lighter green for his head, because I think it would be quite cool just to get a few tones going. So a bit of a lighter green for where his eyes are, and then yes, we do need some tips. To be honest with you, with the size of Yoshi's head, I think just a big thick tip will actually be adequate today, but definitely bring around a thinner tip just in case there are a few little smaller areas that need to be worked, and of course a smaller tip will be very beneficial for that. Wow. Okay then guys, you know what, I'm quite happy with this. Let's go and get set up in the art studio. Right then guys, so here we are set up in the art studio with our Yoshi right in front of us, and just a reminder, we do have our stickers just here. I thought they would look quite nice off to the side here, because yes, we do need to find a location for our sticker to pop on. I think it could just work either side actually. If we do end up doing a small little body just beneath the head here, I think we could easily stick that sticker, yeah, either to the left or right, not a problem. I did consider maybe going up top left there, but I think that may just be a little bit too short of room there. So yeah, either side down there I think will work perfectly, and I really do love those little Yoshi eggs. It is really going to be a lovely big green piece ready for Slytherin King, who we are going to dedicate this lovely piece to. But of course guys, yes, there will still be a chance to win this. It will just be a copy, but the person who wins this out of the hat will get to select another art piece out of my folder. Right then, okay, so we're going to be cracking on with our Let's Colour today. And as you can see, yes, I have gone a little bit Blue Peter style, and I have already begun to just colour in his nose here. Like I said, it is quite a big piece, so I just wanted to get this bit started, guys, and I'll just explain what I've done. So to start with, I actually coloured in a big C shape here with my pencil, and it was the darker colour that I used. And I pressed really, really hard into that colour to just get it a little bit darker than this weird blob shape here. I actually drew out this big C shape and coloured it in, and I actually coloured it in really, really hard all the way actually to the black line around here. And then it wasn't until I coloured that and then softly went over the remaining white bit was when I then went and used my felt tip to create that 3-tone effect there. Now, some people have actually said, why do you bother colouring in really, really hard all the way to this black line when you know you're going to go round probably like half of it in felt tip anyway? What is the point of going all the way? Well, I'll tell you what, as you colour over pencil crayon, you kind of get that avoidance of this sharp tip effect where you can see where you've coloured in. I mean, yes, you can just about see it, but it's less obvious than if there wasn't pencil crayon underneath that felt tip mark that you've just made. Sometimes it can be really effective and you can actually create that into your art piece and make it look really awesome, almost as if like a 2-year-old has actually coloured it in. But that isn't really the vibe that I'm going for here. It is just a nice solid block colour to really give it like an animated look. And of course, it's Yoshi. He's a video game character, and I want it to have that animated look. And it really is the art style that I am going down this road with. Yeah, I really want to start to develop that. Of course, I would like to actually start to do some pixelated artwork as well. I think that is cool. Every time I read my pixelated quest book that I've picked up from CAG Gaming, it just makes me want to do more pixelated art even more. So maybe actually over on our 800 subscriber art piece, I could actually begin to do some more pixelated familiar characters that we know. Anyway, enough of me waffling. Let's just start to colour in his lip here, because I have already just done a basic mark there, as you can see, with the pencil colour, and we're going to get that coloured in now. I'm going to use my darker green, the same colour that I used for the nose, and we're going to get nice and
colory now.
So, as you can see, I've just drawn this line here, just coming underneath his nose, and then it's just going to feed in towards his lip there, and we are just going to colour that in nice and deep, and I'm going to be pressing very, very hard. And I would probably be creating more of a two-tone effect here than three, because I'm just going to be colouring in this bit really, really hard, and there isn't really going to be too much of a lighter green used here, especially when it's beneath his big nose and not much light is going to be catching under his nose. So let's press really hard and get his bottom lip coloured in. Yeah, nice. And I basically applied the same technique here with this big C shape that I did. I pressed really, really hard to get a nice deep green. And there we go. Lovely stuff. Yeah, and if you feel it needs to just go a little bit deeper, just don't be afraid to go back and run your colour over it. You know, every now and then I'll probably will just go over it as well. You know, why not? Why not? As the colour's in your hand and you feel it could just go a little bit darker, you know, as you go, just, yeah, go back and go over it where you feel necessary. I'll probably be doing that quite a lot. When I start talking rubbish, that's when I'll go over here and just start colouring it in even more. But yeah, there we go. Very happy with that. We'll save the felt tips to later. We'll move on to his head now. All right then, so I'm going to remove my darker green and we're going to bring in the lighter green now, and we're going to colour in his head. So, as you can see, I've already done a very small guideline here of where I want to press, quite dark actually, where I really want to press into that pencil to get a really deep green. Of course, it is just a little bit lighter than these greens here, but the more I press into the paper, it will still become quite dark. And we're going to colour in this bit here, and you know what, just this little bit here as well. And this is an area where I would like a three-tone effect to come into play, very similar to what I've done with the nose. So here we go. I'm just now going to get my pencil colour and press very, very hard into that shape that I have made along his head. Now, guys, to be honest with you, I do this and I say, yeah, we're pressing hard where light isn't necessarily going to catch the character. And that's true to some extent. But also you have got to think, this is Yoshi, he's in a video game. There could be light sources coming from here, there and everywhere. I often like to use that saying quite a bit, actually. I rewatched one of my videos back the other day and I swear I said here, there and everywhere about 10 times. So, of course, light is going to be dotted up there and trickling down here and a little bit lighter there and a little bit darker over there. So, you know, it's just kind of getting a bit imaginative with it. And I think the more kind of freestyle you go with it, the more confident you'll get with it. If you are fixated on a specific light source being up to the left or right, then sometimes I feel like as if you can lose the enjoyment out of your colouring, because you're like, oh my God, you know, you're a little bit worried. Is light really going to catch there or not? Or should I be going dark here or not? And yes, it's great to do that to some extent. And in previous videos, I've said, look, I really do want the light source to be here. So boom, that's where my light is going to be catching, and this is where I want darker areas. But on some occasions, I'm like, actually, there could be multiple different light sources coming. So there's going to be lots of different light cascading over Yoshi in different areas. So yeah, and I think that works most effectively when you want to create that three kind of tone effect there. But yeah, there we go. Just pressing nice and hard. Perfect. And we're just getting the top of his head coloured in now. Yeah, nice. Go right up to the edges. A good old press in, and yeah, quite happy with how dark I've got that. Lovely. Just run that pencil around. Yeah, the mark that you've made. Great. So of course, any remaining white bits now, that's when you're just going to get your pencil colour and then colour in nice and lightly. And then of course, if you feel like you need to drift some of that shape, I don't know, beneath the eyes or something, then go ahead. You know, I've just seen that there, and I think that could go a little bit darker just around his cheek area. So of course, just go ahead and do it. And that's where you just get creative with it, which I think is quite nice. And again, maybe just by his nose there. Yeah. Try and just blow it off there. You don't want to actually smear your pencil debris, because that could kind of ruin your artwork a little bit if it kind of gets onto some areas that you don't want it to. Right then, so we've got a lovely big white bit now, and I'm just going to use that same pencil colour, and I'm just going to run that pencil colour over the white bit now, but a little bit lighter. I'm not pressing as hard, and as you can see, it has now created 2 tones of green here because I've literally not pressing as hard. As simple as that. It's a really effective way of getting 2 kind of tones of green, which is quite nice, or shade, shall I say. There we go, nice. And then just here. And of course, this technique was exactly the same what I applied with the nose, if you are following along with me at home. There we go, nice. Okay, I think that's his head bit done. Very happy with that. Ah, brilliant. Okay, right then, a colour that I forgot to mention at the start is like an orangey pink for his little spikes. So that's what we'll be doing next. I've chosen this quite nice peachy orangey colour. I think it is a mixture of peach, pink and orange. So it is actually a really great colour to use. I don't know if many pencil sets have this specific colour. So you may need to mix your colours a little bit to create that orangey effect. I mean, I did just have him resting in the backdrop here, but I can just bring him into the equation now. But yeah, it's like an orangey pink that they've got there for his spikes. And I think this one replicates it so well. But if you do need to mix, I would say, yeah, it's got to be like a peachy orange. And those are the 2 colours that I probably would recommend mixing to get that, wow, yeah, orangey peachy colour. Right then, okay, so I would like to continue with this toned effect here with the spikes. And you know what? I think we're going to create some C shapes, just like this, just up his spikes there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to press really, really dark here, really dark there and there. Nice and light for the white bits. And then we can add a felt tip to then obviously create this kind of style of colouring. I might even just bring this up a little bit here. There we go. All right then, so exactly the same, guys. We're now going to press very hard into that spike now. And oh my gosh, yeah, what a colour. It really does depict that colour really well, doesn't it? That is Yoshi's iconic spikes that just run along his back and up towards his head. And again, here we go. And I think the felt tip that would work best for the spikes probably would be a nice big orange. I think a nice thick orange would work quite nicely here, I think. Yeah. Yeah, what a colour. Wow, I'm glad I had this in my pencil set. And then pressing nice and hard just up here. There we go. Nice and deep, nice and dark. Okay, and then with the remaining white bits, here, and here, you're just going to get the same pencil colour now, but obviously not press as hard, and instantly you can see I've got a nice two-tone effect here. And then when we add the felt tip, it'll be a nice three-tone effect that we'll be applying to his spikes. Hey, look at this. Really cool. Okay, and then just this little bit up here. Little blob up there. Oh, I'm really happy with that. Oh, great. Okay then, so before we move on to the felt tip, I did promise you something with the actual pencil that you had actually drawn Yoshi with. So your basic lead pencil.
I mean, I don't think it's lead they use these days, is it, bloody hell?
Oh, but you know what I mean. All right. So, very, very nice trick here. I may have shown you on the channel before, but again, I do want to just create a little bit of shading. We don't obviously have to colour this in because his cheek is white, but it is nice to just show where, again, some lighting might be catching or not catching. So I think what'll be really cool is to maybe do a very gentle blob that just comes underneath his mouth there, well, cheek, sorry, and then just goes past his mouth and then just comes up past his nose there, because it probably would be a little bit darker just where his nose comes over his cheek. And then, of course, you're just going to gently, gently, gently now colour that area in, not pressing hard at all, guys. All right, because you don't want it to be grey as such. It is just meant to be a nice shadow effect. And it can even just pull underneath, yeah, his chin here. Well, chin and nose, isn't it, really? But it is very light, guys. You've got to remember that it is very, very light. Okay. And you can definitely feel the difference between a colouring pencil and an actual pencil that we've got here. But the reason why I'm using this pencil is I'll show you in a minute, guys. All the anticipation. All right. Okay. And it doesn't have to be exactly perfect because there is going to be a little trick that I'm going to show you. But nevertheless, you do want it just to follow that mark that we've made, that C shape. Pressing very lightly. All right, perfect. Okay, then, so yeah, this is the trick. You may know what I'm about to say or do, but this is where you get your finger. Oh my gosh. And then you just do some very light circular motions. And with this style of pencil, it actually creates a lovely blend, and you can really start to blend that pencil. And it really does look like a shadow when you do that. It really does then become quite a nice shadow. Yeah, it kind of just comes off out of the mark that we've made. And yeah, I think it just creates a really awesome shadow effect. Yeah, when you just start to run and circle that finger over. Yeah. Oh, get up there as well. Yeah, it really does give it a bit of a look there, doesn't it? Hey, look at that. Very happy. And you know what? You can kind of apply the same technique with the eyes as well. Eyes is always often one where they are left white, but just to add a little bit extra, you can get your pencil color and maybe just, you know, get a little bit of, just a little bit, you know, of pencil in there. And again, you can just kind of colour it in very lightly. You know the drill now. And then once you've got a basic shape and a little bit of pencil on there, you get your finger and then you just start to use a circular motion, and then it really does create like a quite a nice shadow effect. It works really well. Again, I might use my little finger for this because it's a little bit of a smaller area I'm working with now. And then, yeah, his eyes have got a little bit of character now, a little bit of depth to them. Hey. Oh, and there we go. You know what? I have forgotten his tongue. Do we go red with that? Or do we stick with that orangey colour? You know what? I think it might be quite nice to add a bit of a red to it. Why not? Because it is very, yeah, very just two colours, isn't it? Very green and a bit of orange. So it might be nice to add another colour here. So let's see if I can go and find a red pencil now. Or maybe a nice kind of maroon. I don't know. What have we got here? Oh, a very dark pink. Sorry, guys, I'm just, I'm way off the camera now. Okay, let's go for like a maroony colour. That might be quite nice. Why not? So I've got a bit of a maroony colour now. So it's not like a really vibrant red. And I think that will actually work quite nicely with the orange spikes there. Yeah, these are quite subtle colours, aren't they? So let's get a nice deep kind of colour here. Right round. Yeah, and then we're just going to colour that in. Oh, wow, this is actually a bit pinker than I thought, but you know what? I like it. Why not? This is a lot brighter than I thought, but let's go with it. Hey. Okay, that's worked out quite nicely. It's almost like it's got some pink lips. And then we'll just colour that a little bit lighter. Hey. To be fair, I do love the colour pink actually, so this has worked out quite well. Oh, great. All right then, so I think this is ready for our felt tip. So I'm going to bring my thick tip in to the picture now, and I am actually going to use the same colour as I used for the nose here. I know I have gone for a slightly darker tone with the nose, but it's kind of the only colour that I feel comfortable will work with this. My other felt tips that I've got are just a little bit too dark, and I think it will just ruin the effect of this lovely kind of Yoshi that we've got going on here with the three tones. So this is the one I'm going to stick with. And I'm basically going to apply this same technique now, but just on his head. So it was a nice big chunk here of pencil colour that I've coloured in nice and deep and dark. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to catch that now roughly halfway between where it meets the black line and then obviously the lighter colour that we've used just to colour in. And then I'm just going to circle this around here like that. Hey, there we go. Once you've got your basic shape, I'm then just going to apply that colour and actually just colour it in. As simple as that. And because I've already gone around this in pencil colour, it really does just glide across the page so much better actually than if it was just left. And then it prevents that scratchy look to it. It almost just like melts into the pencil crayon and it just works wonders. It really does. And then I'm just going to come down here and finish off colouring top of his head. There we go. Right around here. Perfect. Lovely. Yay, nice. And then you can just start to cup it just a little bit here. And then up to his nose. Ah, perfect. Hey, very happy with that. Now, of course, this is where I like to actually go around the rest of the perimeter in that colour, around the black line of the eyes. So that's what we'll do now. Often I do like to say, go ahead and get your thinner tip. But you know what? I think because it is such a large area that we're working with, the thicker tip will work wonders. So let's go away and do that now. So I'm just getting any of the areas now where there's a black line, and I'm just going to run my felt tip along the black line there. Of course, in this instance, it is the eyes. There we go. And of course, I don't need to do anything around here because it was already coloured in. There. Perfect. Oh, this is looking great. Okay, as we're still on this green colour now, we're just going to do his bottom lip. So again, I'm just going to catch just kind of like halfway, and then just fold it round here. And then it might even just, yeah, there we go, and circle into probably full thick effect just beneath his nose there. And then, yeah, as simple as that, just begin to colour it in. Yeah, this is really coming to life now, isn't it? It's looking perfect. Yeah, nice. All right, okay. And then I might just turn this onto the side ever so slightly, sorry. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I think that's worked wonders, hasn't it? Brilliant. Okay then, so that's all done there. That's all done there. Okay, so you know what? Let's move on to those lovely orangey spikes. So let me go away and get my orange felt tip now. I think I thought, yes. Didn't have to go too far, guys. All right then, so here we go. I'm going to get my thick orange tip now, and I would advise getting some lovely felt tips, guys. Honestly, it really will help out your art. And again, I'm just going to apply the same technique here. Where the dark area is, I'm just going to catch it roughly halfway and then colour in the remainder. So here we go. Let's get the lines done first. Perfect. And then once you're happy with that, just start to colour it in. And honestly, it really does glide. Wow, yeah, really great. Yeah, this is looking great, isn't it? It's looking lovely. And then just this bit here. There we go, spot on. And then this is where we just go around that perimeter once you're happy with that. Nice and simple, but effective, I think. Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow. Yeah, very, very happy with this. And then let's get his little pink tongue coloured in. Now, that is actually quite small. So let's just get a smaller tip now. And because it is so pink, I'm going to have to go with a lovely pink here. And pretty much, guys, the same technique. So you're just going to get that colour roughly halfway. Meets just around there. It might be a little bit hard to pick up on the camera, but it's roughly halfway, and I'm just going to give it a good colour in here. I believe that's picking up. Normally this colour's quite good, actually. But it's a little bit dry, maybe. Okay, no, it's coming out. Just a little bit more scratchy than I thought it was going to be. But yeah. There we go. Oh, wow. Well, there we go, guys. I am so happy with that Yoshi. Yes, I might go away in my own time and maybe add a bit of a twinkle of colour to the eyes there, and maybe add a bit of a grey felt tip just around some of his cheek areas. But for now, I am so happy with that, and it is going to be so lovely for our 700 subscriber art piece winner. And then when his little body and the eggs are just placed to the side there, it will just look wonderful. I think it'll be really great to whoever bags the win. Yeah. Right then, guys, we will head back over to the main studio. And here he is. I am so happy with this Yoshi and the way he's been coloured in. It really does give it that animated look, doesn't it? So hopefully you managed to follow along with me to create your lovely animated Yoshi. And of course, this is looking
So sexy for our 700 subscriber art piece winner.
and I tell you what, guys, we are so close. I believe we are 11 subscribers away from hitting that milestone. So come on, guys, get your pets, get your grannies, get whoever you think would enjoy my YouTube to get them to subscribe, because yeah, this will be underway very soon. Well, like I mentioned in yesterday's video, still loads more to come on the channel this week. We still need to do my Xbox kind of look through, where I take all my Xbox games that I've got from my gaming community and just make sure everything is good, working and in order with regards to making sure discs are in the right cases and manuals, etc. That's always a really fun and just chilled, relaxed video for you to enjoy. Of course, we do have a complete in-box experience of SXX, the
Kind of edgy schoolboy kind of look to the game.
I'm not even sure exactly what it's called there, but yes, it was a kind gift from VB. VB?
VB. VB?
VV. Sorry, VV. It's because I haven't had a coffee for a while. We do need to get a coffee on the situation in a minute, guys. I will be making one after the video. And yes, we're going to be taking a good old look at that. And I tell you what, the manual in that looks really awesome. It's not in colour, but there's some really lovely, awesome features to have a look at there. So yes, that will be coming up soon. And of course, it is a bank holiday, and I have promised a triple art thing this weekend, where we are going to be adding a small little diddy body to our Yoshi, and we'll be cracking on with that tomorrow. So much to be enjoying here over on the Artsy Gamer. Well, that is it for today, guys. One last thing I would like to say, get out there and get gaming. Absolutely, why not? And of course, I'll catch you in tomorrow's TikTok Live and YouTube video. That is me, the Artsy Gamer, over and out.